It's a typical November day here in the Pacific Northwest, rain and wind and cool. Welcome so much to episode 26 of the Healing Hut. Let's go inside out of the wind. And inside you might hear a little beeping sound. I got a smoke detector. It needs a new battery in it. On this episode, I really have one goal, and that's to completely finish the front of the cottage. I'm almost there right now, and this is November 6th, I think. But by Thanksgiving, I'll be done, and I'll do one more little video clip of that to show you what the front looks like. I'm so excited to show it to you, because you have this dream of what you're trying to do, and along the way, people who don't see your dream are thinking, what are you doing? It doesn't look right. And now it's coming together, and I want to show you. I'm like an artist who's been painting, and at least the front of the cottage, I'll be able to pull the drape off my canvas to show you what I've been working on. There's a lot more to do on the inside, which I'll start working on. I'll probably take a break for Thanksgiving and December and get back to this inside in January. One of the things I'm going to explain to you right here, try to do it quickly. So I guess I'll go outside and show you the first step that you would do, and that is picking your stone. Ooh, if I can get this door open without the wind ripping it off. Okay, I'm not going to show you the front of the cottage yet. So I have spent months collecting stones from all over Western Washington. I'm going to have enough here, I think, to finish. A lot of these I picked up off the beach and from rivers up in the mountains, and this is an old sandstone sidewalk up in Bellingham that was torn up. I have just a few stones I actually bought from the store to fill in some spots. So that's the first thing you do. I arrange them by thickness, because when you put up stone, you put the thickest at the bottom, at least I do, and not have really heavy, thick stones near the top. And I sort them a little bit by color. I have just a few basic natural tones of color. So in the Pacific Northwest, because we're in an earthquake site, a very high seismic area, we've already had a 4.5 earthquake here at the cottage, which did not do any damage. Thank goodness. But we have the potential of having a seismic, or on the Richter scale, above a 9. It's happened every few hundred years. And I don't know any home, hardly, that would withstand that without some damage. So anyway, because of that, you are not allowed to build a house completely out of stone. I tried. I could not get a permit to do that. So the only way you can do it is to build a traditional stick frame building, which I've done. It's still the rough inside that I'm still working on. And then on the outside, you can use different boards. I prefer plywood. It's a little bit stronger than OSB, especially if it got wet. On top of that, I put 2 layers of a tar paper for waterproofing. I like tar paper because it's natural, it breathes. A lot of people now go to Tyvek and other plastic materials. And, you know, I've heard different opinions about that. So you put up your plywood, and then you do have to find where your studs are, because the next step is putting up some materials that need to be stapled in to the tar paper and the plywood. So I spent several days locating all my 2x6 through the outside plywood. Then the next thing you do, and I'll show you here, you put up a membrane. It looks a little bit like carpet. You put up the rough side against the plywood and the smooth side outward. And this is a wicking screen or membrane. It helps to collect moisture and direct it by gravity down towards the bottom. On top of that, you staple on a lath. Most people have always used a metal lath. I'm now using it's fiberglass. It's called Spider Lath. I like working with it. It's easier to cut. It's got a self-spacing little foam strip that separates it from the other membrane so mortar can get behind it. Then the way I put on stone is you can do it in a way where you put on a scratch coat and let it dry and come back later and then put your stone on. I do a wet scratch coat. So what I do, I work my scratch coat in deep And this fiberglass membrane, you want it to hold that very well. Well, when I do my staples, I did a I think it's 2.5 inch staple every 6 inches. No, it's not 2.5. I think it's here's one. 3/4 every 6 inches on every stud. And then in between the studs, because if you don't put more staples, the fiberglass bows out. It's very hard to work with. So I can put some smaller staples just to pull the fiberglass in to keep it straight. That attaches everything to the wall. And then I put my mortar on, work it in really well. And then I carefully select each stone to fit in an area. I clean the stone, and my porous stones, such as sandstone, shell, I don't use too much shell. It's soft. But the sandstone I've used, I soak a little bit because it will absorb moisture and pull it right out of your mortar if you don't. So I soak it, wet it, soak it, clean it. Then I put what I call buttering. You put a layer of fairly soft mortar, a little bit wet. You want it to have a little bit of a vacuum, a suction when you push it into this membrane so it doesn't fall off. So some of these stones are pretty heavy. And the way I do it, I do in rows. And I do a whole row across, and then at the top of the row, I would put a mortar joint in and flatten it for the next layer and let that all harden, and then you come back and do the next layer and next layer, next layer. So basically that's how my stonework is done. I've had several people ask me that. So this is as high as I'm going to go here, and above this is going to be this red wood that I've used so much on the cottage. It comes from a 100-year-old barn that was torn down over on the mainland. And I decided to do that in a triangle because it would be very, very hard to lay stone up there from a ladder and be very dangerous. And the second issue, the county guy was a little bit worried about the weight of the stone, although I'm following the engineering. So I decided to end it there and put wood. I think it'll look good. Also mounted the stone into the foundation by putting in, what was it? I think it was 3/8 angle iron bolted with 5 3/8 bolts. No, not 3/8. It is a glorious morning. The sun is out. Beautiful day. The sky's almost clear. Yesterday, my wife and I did a hike up in the high country of the North Cascades, and it was just beautiful. And it's going to be the last day we'll hike this summer up there because it's already had snowed a little bit. And now soon there'll be snow measured in yards deep. What I'm doing right now, people ask me, why am I doing this? My wife used to ask, why am I doing this? I'm building big barn doors that will go in front of that door, and it attaches to that beam that I implanted in the wall. I'm trying to give this a feeling of an old barn turned into a house, and a barn needs barn doors. I'm not a very precise person like my son, who's a carpenter, a cabinet maker. And I'm trying to get the edges of this door just right because last hour working on my doors of trying to cut the top. And it has to be a precise measurement so the pulleys will be level. And I wanted a slight arch, and it's taken me an hour to figure out. Finally, I created a bow, piece of wood with some duct tape on it to create a bow to create my arc at the top of the door. Good carpenters have all these jigs and things for doing this, but people like me, amateurs.
You gotta mute this part.
So we're going to lift up now. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. To let it go all the way down.
Okay. We are down.
That's where this handles. Somebody's holding it?
Now we.
Now, let me tell you about one more thing. Listen, two rocks stick out too far. I think the door will be flexible enough to be able to pull it out, get past them. Once they're past them, they're okay. But, yeah, try and cut them.
Okay, so what do we do here now?
Baby step.
Somebody count it. 1, 2, 3. Maybe somebody who's stronger should be. I can't. I really can't get it. We're just from there.
Where's Mike?
Something's happening.
Come on. We can like wiggle it.
Zigzag it back and forth.
We have to come towards me.
Towards you. Okay. I can't really lift.
I'm sorry, I made these hammers too far ahead.
I'll lift them down here. 1, 2, 3. How's that? 1, 2, 3. Are we almost to lift up to the beam?
No,
Yeah, we gotta come towards
7
me.
inches till we can get to the
So
thing.
let's go.
We gotta come my way too.
Okay, towards Dad now. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay. Now
Okay,
up on the
now
beam.
up. Now up on the beam.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Up.
Nice.
Now,
Yeah, that's good.
what's your fingers, Maddie?
Yeah.
Pinch. Let's go towards the gutter up there and the track.
Okay.
Okay, straight up.
Straight up.
Straight up.
1, 2, up.
Yeah, there.
Now down.
Down
Down a little bit.
There you go, you got it. Man, you got it. Yeah, one's in. I'm scared. Okay, one's in. Okay, pause. And go. Yes, yes.
Summer season of working on the cottage. The front side of the cottage is completely done. I'm going to take you a tour. My stones are done. I've actually put a finish on the stones. My soffits are covered with wood. My pulley, which is decorative, and my hay door, decorative. I don't like doing things that are just decorative, but putting a real hay door in would have been a disaster because it would have let in so much cold air unless I had a hay door that was built like a refrigerator door, which was not possible. My barn doors are up. We got that done today. The nice thing when you're trying to make things look old is that when things are rusty, beat up, it only enhances the beauty of it, in my opinion. So this is the look I've been looking for ever since 3 years ago when I first decided to build a stone cottage. Merry Christmas to everyone. I'm going to be moving inside now and probably not work on it until January as I start working in the bathroom and doing some more stucco and things. I really appreciate you coming along on this journey, and there's quite a bit of journey left ahead. You have a great December. Merry Christmas. I'll probably see you on video in about 2 or 3 months. Bye-bye.